On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Huskies offense will get the first possession of the game. And they're led out there by a man who will carry the ball plenty in this one, guys.
Well, it's real simple. He's the best player on their team. They have got to force-feed this guy the football, David.
No doubt about it. The offense goes through him. Excited to see how they've built this offense and how many different ways they can get him touches.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
So Penn State's offense will take the field for the first time. You know, yards figure to be hard to come by through the air, but some quarterbacks, Jesse, just love to go at the star corner.
Yeah, and this guy's got confidence. He's not afraid to go at anybody, but he better be careful because this cornerback is one of the best in the nation.
One of the best, no doubt. And I think they will trust him on defense to make plays. So you got to make a decision. Is my guy good enough to beat him on the outside? I am fascinated by this matchup.
Tackled after picking up the first down.
Yeah, I'm so impressed watching this guy run the football. And I'll tell you, I think Joe Paterno would have loved this guy in his offense, too. His teams always prided themselves on being able to run the football, right? Be more physical than the opponent. This guy has the ability to just wear defenses down. So hard to stop.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
From the gun, the running back has it. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. The Nittany Lions are moving quickly down the field. Leaves it with the back. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. Stuck with a running game on first down, now here they come again. Power football with the run. Oh, he gave him the dead leg. They bring him down, but he's got a 1st and goal from the 10.
I think throughout the week in practice, when they were game planning their opening script, I don't even know if they envisioned it going as well as it has. This has been beautiful. Nice balance, really nice rhythm. It feels like everything they're dialing up here on their first drive of the game is working to perfection.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. Barges ahead. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Penn State!
We knew this offense wanted to come into this one, establishing the run, guys. They didn't even attempt to throw on their first drive. They were more physical. They were pushing guys around up front, and this guy caps it off with a nice touchdown run.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3 and out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Give to the back. Yeah, it's a bit of a surge, and he's knocked down after picking up 3 to the 26. Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game, guys.
This is a game that will impact the college football playoff. It'll have conference championship implications, and it'll have bowl game implications as well. David, so much riding on the line in this one.
And you can feel it, man. You can feel the energy. The players this week, they were on high. Like, you could tell they were ready for the challenge. This is going to be an absolute showdown.
Caught behind the line. It's Hunter. They get him down after he makes the catch.
Great effort by the defense here. Offense trying to go wide receiver screen. How about the speed on defense rounding the football?
looking to throw on second down. Fires to the tight end. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on second down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks at a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a third down.
Washington sends out the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. They were playing with fire on that return, and he got loose for a good return of better than 30 yards. Good field position here as they start this drive from their 43. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. They make the stop, but this running game moves the chains as they get the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They're going to go right back to him on first down.
And runs like that are like body blows in a boxing match. 4, 5, 6-yard gains early turn into 20, 30, 40-yard gains later. They really wear down defenses, and they test their physicality.
A strike downfield. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! A great catch and run for 6.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Finds the tight end. And that is good versatility there and a big hit from the backer in pass coverage. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Opening play of the drive from the 39. To the air, it's Allard. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. He makes a catch. Afterburners coming. Past the 10. Touchdown, Penn State! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance.
Yeah, coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Arguably the game of the week, fellas, with 2 top 25 teams locking horns. Texas is trailing, but they are within striking distance. Kind of like when Major Applewhite turned a huge deficit in the 2001 Holiday Bowl into a win. Maybe today is deja vu. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Florida. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. They'll go to the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense?
And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover. He is a menace rushing the passer. Career sack number 20.
I mean, some people just have a knack for getting to the quarterback. What a great job throughout his career. Getting there, getting him down, getting pressures. He has been a quarterback's worst nightmare.
I was just going to say, David, you don't sleep well as a quarterback the night before you have to play against this guy because he is going to sack you. That is a guarantee.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Nittany Lions.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. One final play before the end of the quarter. On the move, it's Coleman. They make the stop, and that's how the first quarter will end. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Penn State on top. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. To the ground with the back. Gets it out to the 25-yard line, a gain of 3. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. So they're facing 3rd and short from the 25. Looking to throw, it's Rodgers. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line. The Huskies come to the line with a new set of downs. Out of the gun, the inside give. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. We saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical enough.
And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Caught near the sticks, it's Jackson. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. This Washington offense moving quickly down the field. Trying to find his man on first down. Grabbed on the outside, it's Boston. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. From the gun to give, looking for room. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. 8th play of the drive coming up. Leaves it with the running back. Had to work to pick up 3 down to the 33-yard line. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Takes the handoff. It's Coleman. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
All season long, we've been watching this defense dominate against the run. They're the #1 rush defense in the entire country. With a big lead in this game, you cannot...
Fires into traffic, intercepted. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Man, I feel for this quarterback. I've been there before. They've been playing at night. It's super cold. It's going to be hard to execute these passes. That one got away from the QB, and he throws a pick.
Fires on the move. It's complete. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down. And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Running back searching for a hole. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Off the boot, looking for his man. He'll pull it down and run. Still on his feet at the 45. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as they get him down at the 37.
And you're seeing here the difficulties defenses have trying to contain this guy. If you leave a lane open or you don't sack him right away, you allow him to get outside the pocket, he is going to take off, and he is very difficult to tackle in the open field. He's got running back-like ability out in space.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
It must be nice for this quarterback knowing he's got this type of athlete playing the tight end position. That can work the middle of the field for him. He's a guy who can stretch it vertically as well, but this is a guy the QB will look for early and often in this game.
3rd and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
It's 4th down and 6, and they'll try to convert. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Catch in the middle. It's Wallace. Will not get there. A 4th down stop. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Still running at the 40. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back.
That's a 1st down for the offense.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Fires to the wideout. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. This offense has a 2nd down play. He's looking to throw. Quickly out to the tight end. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. Hey, we're getting close to halftime, and it looks as if the big fella wants to be all over the highlights.
Goodness gracious. He is open. When he leaves the huddle, apparently he's open. A ton of catches already early in this ball game. They are featuring him and finding him.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. Snagged in the middle. It's Boston. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. It's 3rd down now. They ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. Chunked it away just as he was hit. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. Never a doubt.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
Washington, 3.
From inside the 10, here he comes. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Got it behind the line. It's Singleton. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He's got his man. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
At the pace this guy's going at right now, this could be a record-setting type day. This could be a game for the ages for this dude. He already has 2 touchdowns, picks up that 1st down. This is...
Lets it fly deep downfield. And he got a hand on it to knock it down in the end zone.
Well, the game plan's been pretty simple offensively, right? They are taking shots, and they're being aggressive, throwing it down the field. This guy's already got 2 touchdown passes. We're still in the 1st half. And on that last one, he was looking for number 3.
That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Looking to throw it again. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. A veteran in this defense stayed locked in on his rules and made the interception.
Man, that is how you get it done as a defense when you're playing cover one. Like, you got the middle of the field safety, but everybody else is manning up. Nice job running with this guy, seeing the football, breaking on it, making the interception, making the big play for this defense.
A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Wants to throw. It's Rodgers. Quickly complete. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down.
And there's finally a bright spot for this offense in the passing game, completing that on third down. I know we're in the second quarter. They're trailing by a lot, but you need something positive to happen here to build some momentum. Maybe they can build on that, drive the field, score some points before going in here at halftime and get a little juju going.
And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf. On second down, wants to throw it. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They go to the ground. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Washington sends out the punt team. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. A high kick. Let's see if he can pin them back deep in their own end. Now a fair catch is called for. It may just shy of midfield. Under a minute to play here in the first half, and the offense will take a knee, and that is how we'll wrap up the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, what a pleasure it's been to watch these two teams thus far there in Happy Valley. Talk about a first half from that dude out of the backfield. He's been a total game changer. And how many top plays moments have we seen on missed tackles alone? Video game moves from one of the shiftiest players in all of college football. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside Beaver Stadium.
And the Huskies will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Finds his way up to the 24 before he goes out of bounds. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Looking for a productive play on first down. Keeping it on the ground to open the second half. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, this defense obviously knows they have to be able to stop the run now in the second half if they're going to win this game. And you wonder if they were able to make some tweaks and some adjustments at halftime, maybe getting some more bodies close to the line of scrimmage to give themselves a chance to come back in this game.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Grab near the marker. It's Wallace. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback can throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
They'll run this play from the pistol. It'll be a draw. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
When a running back has had as much success as this guy's had so far, listen, defense has got to cue in. They got to cue in to him. He's priority number 1, number 2, and number 3. That's a good start to maybe turning this defensive effort around.
Defense was not fooled by that screen to the back, and they'll stop him short of the marker. It'll be 4th down. The Nittany Lions will punt this one away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. This is the absolute right call. They're going for it on 4th down. They'll try to pick up the first. The Nittany Lions have enough for the first down.
And I've never met an offensive player who said, no, we don't want to go for it on 4th and 1. 4th and 1 is a great situation for the offense. You got to get 1 yard. You practice it all the time. You got to be physical. Go out and get it. They did a good job going out and getting that 1 yard.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Floating away. He chucks one out to the right. And that one sails through the back of the end zone.
And that's just a huge missed opportunity on offense. QB missed his guy wide open in the end zone. You might not get another clean look like that in the rest of this game.
9th play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. 3rd and long. Now adjusting. He's not afraid to go deep.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
To the air. It's Rodgers. Got his man downfield. Stopped at the 28, but a big 15-yard pickup gives him some breathing room. Now on 1st down from the 28. Looking for room, it's Coleman. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big 1st down.
1st down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
And the defense gets to the quarterback.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone, they're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions, and then the pass rush, they win up front.
Motion from the offense. Grabbed over the middle, it's Hunter. At midfield, he's got room. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football, you can tell.
Caught in the backfield, it's Hunter. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Might be decision time if the defense can get a stop on 3rd down from the 45. From the gun, wants to pass. He hurls one deep down the left side. And that ball is picked off. Bringing it back. He is finally out of bounds, but he was smelling that end zone on that return. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
Give him 105 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing. They've moved it into scoring territory, 1st and 10 from the 11. Using his legs, it's Allen. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Quarterback, quick pass to the receiver. Touchdown, Penn State! And the stomping has commenced. The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the 2nd half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead, now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse. And the pressure gets there, and down he goes at the 18.
The trend continues for this offensive line from last week. They gave up 5 sacks last week. They've given up 4 today. The most important part of your offense is protecting that quarterback. They've got to do a better job.
They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Wow, this offense is doing nothing. They've already punted 4 times and staring at the possibility of a 5th. Got it in the middle, it's Boston. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. And they'll get the punt out of there, and it'll be marked down just outside the opponent's 45. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. They'll give it to the back. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. He takes a chance and fires it across the field. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. And the Nittany Lions decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Penn State on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. First down to start the drive after the break. A designed run for the quarterback. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense.
You've got to think there's 11 guys on defense right now keying in on this running back. They've watched the tape. They've seen this guy gash defenses. He's scored a boatload of touchdowns this season. You're anticipating him getting the football here.
They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He will not get there. They'll turn it over on downs, and that leaves the door open. They're backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5, and they'll try to get this drive started. Williams looking for a man. He finds his man. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down.
That's a first down for the offense.
He's looking to throw it. The quick out. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Finds his back in the middle. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. Washington coming to the line with another first down.
And first down for the offense.
They keep attacking through the air. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
And this has been the story of the night. The offensive line getting beat up. And this is why this team is losing. You got to protect your quarterback. This defense has had a field day with their 5th sack of the game.
Grabbed in the middle, it's Williams. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Some 3rd down conversions tougher than others. This one a long one on 3rd down from the 43. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed near the marker, it's Williams. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. They've got it. 1st and 10 at the 42.
And that's a first down for the offense.
Looking to move it through the air. Got his man quickly.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody in bounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this, and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
Unloads it left. Oh, and it's a pick. He threw it right into the double coverage. Didn't get a chance to show off those return skills, but he gives his offense the ball at the 29. Line gets set, 1st down. They want that clock to run. At the 40, there he goes. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. That's quite a start to a drive, and now they'll snap it from midfield. Still running at the 40. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. On the ground, it's Allen. Pulled down after a pickup of 5, but they knocked that defense back, and they've got it down to the 34.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Fires it. And this veteran quarterback just overshot his man that time.
I love the decision by the quarterback. He found the open man, just don't love the throw. Got to be a little bit more accurate, make it easier on your target.
Pulls it on the bootleg fake. Using his feet to buy time. Pass on the way. It's picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Reese, I know you're a little bit of a front runner, so you probably would quit. You'd probably sub yourself out and take yourself out of the game. But I like that they're continuing to fight. Keep fighting. You never know what's going to happen. Actually, you know what? I know you're not going to win, but it doesn't matter. Keep fighting to the very end.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Williams will pass. Quickly to the tight end. He's got it out to the 37 after gaining 5. These routes have some reads and adaptability built in, and the big fella found that cushion and made the play.
Man, it's so awesome how much offenses have evolved. They know exactly what they're getting, where to sit down, quarterback, tight end, on the same page, gets the 1st down.
He's gonna pass. Quick completion on the out route. Really nice job there by both guys, the throw and the catch, to work that defense and get the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on 1st down. And that one's incomplete.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up.
Fires toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback in this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the 1st down, and he slides in safely. We hit the 2-minute warning, and this offense is desperate to make something happen and do it in a hurry. They've got it down to the 32. 1st and 10 coming. He wants to throw. Can't make the connection, then the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. After the incompletion, here comes 2nd and 10 from the 32. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Grabs it in the middle. Makes the catch, and he's brought down.
And this offense is going to have to find more explosive plays. And it can't just rely on the dink and dunk. It's going to have to find itself and score more points. Listen, they got beat up today. But moving on in the future, they've got some good pieces. They got to find a way to fit them together, create some explosive plays on this offense, because today they've been lacking.
Washington comes to the line with a 1st and goal. They're going to throw it again. And it's caught for a touchdown. They're going to play this one through to the end, but this is pretty much window dressing. This game is almost certainly decided already, but the good news is for the next game, guys still flying around, still playing hard, not really hanging their heads.
Long season. This is early in the season. Still got plenty of time. Still find out which plays you like, which you don't, and keep running them, keep getting better at them. So use this as practice.
The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory formation.
Yeah, no stress, under a couple minutes left in the ball game, well in hand. These are the ones, Jesse, you like to just run the clock, take a knee, whatever you want.
No doubt. They're going to love watching this game film, too. There's just so many positives to take away from this, and this is the kind of performance today that is really going to help this offense's confidence.
He throws one to the left, and they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be third down.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here at the end of the game.
They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. The Nittany Lions come to the line with a fresh set of downs. On the run, it's Singleton. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Big reason why his team has the lead right now late is because of his performance running the football. Well over 100 yards in this game. They knew that they were going to have to really put a lot of pressure on him. He'd have to shoulder the load, and he has delivered for his offense all game long.
You got a big lead in the fourth quarter, and you take that shot, and you stop the clock. And it's a long shot, but you're letting teams hang around.
And I prefer to win. I want to make sure that, if I'm up, I'm going to run the football, but there is definitely a school of thought in nowadays where I'm putting up stats and I'm keeping the pedal to the floor.
And this quarterback wasn't thinking about taking off and running with that one. He was outside the pocket, but he kept his eyes down the field. He kept reading the coverage. He was surveying to find an open target. Accurate throw, and they get the first down.
How about this backer in pass coverage and bringing the big hit stick with him, too? It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
42, Washington, 10.
From inside the 20, chance for great field position. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown. And there's nothing you can do about it because this one's over. Jesse, now we got to start progressing for next week, for the rest of this season, so we don't let one bad game turn into two.
Yeah, there are very few teams out there that won't watch game film, but they may want to skip this one. I mean, because it may hurt their confidence. They just need to turn the page and get ready for the next opponent and forget this day ever happened.
And he'll skip his way out of bounds after a short gain, making sure he doesn't take any unnecessary punishment. And after this play, the cake will be baked. Williams looking for a man. Pocket fires one high and deep. Ball falls to the turf. The final pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for this one.